How to avoid scams on Binance P2P. Binance P2P is my favorite method to buy and sell crypto as there are no taker fees and generally it works really well. But if you trade long enough, you may encounter someone who is trying to scam you. In my personal experience, it is very rare and you can reduce the chances to basically zero with 5 simple steps before you accept an offer. Number 1, check their profile. The first thing I like to do is to click on their profile. You will see the positive feedback, the percentage. So the higher, the better. 97% is not so good. I would prefer 99% or even better, 100%. I would avoid this user. 97% is not good enough. There's a lot of negative reviews, so you can read about them. For this specific user, I think the problem is that he's just too slow. Yeah, it's just slow transaction. It's not someone I would like to trade, even though the vast majority of people have no problem. So let's try to find someone with better reviews. This one, I can already see the completion rate is not that great, which is a yellow flag, but it's not that bad. So let's check him. Oh, release time is really bad. The pay time is alright. Again, it's someone I would avoid. The positive feedback is 98%, so better than the last one, but honestly, not great, even though he's a verified merchant. So this time, let's find someone really good. Let's try this one. Now we're talking. So positive feedback is 100%. He only had 1 negative reviews out of more than 700. The release time and the pay time is very good. So I would select this user even if I'm paying a little bit more just to have the peace of mind. And this way I will not have to wait too much. The transaction will be completed quickly. Number 2. Read their terms and conditions. So before you actually confirm the trade, you can just click on the offer and then you can read the terms and conditions. So for example, I do not accept third parties, which is really good advice. It will be the next point actually. If you mark that you paid without making the transfer, you will be reported and blocked as well. And one thing I really like to pay attention, and sometimes I even forget, is to always go for 15 minutes transactions only. If it's more than 50 minutes, I think they're not taking it very seriously. If you're doing Binance P2P, you should focus solely on that. So if they're doing other things at the same time, and they need 30 minutes to make a payment, I'm sorry, it's not good enough for me. Number 3, do not accept third parties. Especially if you are the buyer, you have to be extremely careful about this. When you buy USDT, for example, you can only see the username. But once you confirm the order, you will be able to see the real name of the person registered on Binance. So before you actually send the money, you will confirm that it is really that same person and not someone else. If you transfer to someone that is not registered on Binance, they could claim that you did not make the payment and not release the coins for you. So it is extremely important if you are buying that the name registered on Binance matches the name of their bank account. Now, if you are the seller and someone from a different bank account sends the money to you, it's not a big deal because you already received the money, but it is still a yellow flag. They could be using someone's bank account that could have been compromised. So either way, it's best to avoid any transactions that is third party, especially 100% if you are a buyer, do not accept under any circumstances. Number 4, do not release the coins. Binance itself warns of this scam. To avoid becoming a victim of scammers, never transfer cryptocurrency before actually receiving the payment. Don't believe anyone who claims to be a customer support and convinces you to complete the transaction before you receive the payment. They are scammers. Once the seller confirms the order and transfers the assets to the buyer, the transaction is considered completed and cannot be disputed. So you won't be able to get your money back if you release your coins and the person did not make the payment. And that will be your fault because you should not have released the coins. Only one time I had to appeal when I was selling my crypto. They made a partial payment and marked as paid, and I tried to resolve it messaging. He did not respond, so I had to open an appeal, and after the buyer actually sent the correct amount, so I released the coins. Binance did not have to get involved. Personally, I already made more than 70 transactions on Binance P2P, and only one I had to appeal. Number 5. block and report problematic users. If you had problems with a certain user, you can just click their username and you can simply block their profile from accepting your orders. And if they are actually trying to scam you, you can just report them and Binance will take care of them. In my personal experience, I never had to block or report someone. The only problem I actually had was when someone was too slow, and that was my fault because I should have seen their username and see that they are usually slow. So overall, I'm very satisfied with Binance P2P. But I do have one suggestion for Binance. I know they're watching my videos. Please allow ads in other currencies. We are restricted to our own region. I am from Brazil. I can trade in South American currencies, but I want to trade with my main bank account in Poland. I cannot have my own ads. I need to accept other people's ads, and the spread there is not very good. It would be really beneficial for everyone to allow you to make ads in different countries as long as you already transacted 10 times in that specific currency. So for example, if you already trade 10 times in PLN, I should be able to have my own ads in PLN. And that is the only problem I have with Binance P2P, and it would reduce the spread, and overall it would be a better experience, more volume, and Binance would make money with that as well. So I think it's a very simple idea to implement, and hopefully it will be considered by the developing team. By the way, if you still don't have a Binance account, you can of course sign up with the best Binance referral code. The link will be in the pinned comment.